Hey, and welcome to IMO In My Opinion with J&M. I am Mike. That's John. John, how you doing, buddy?
Where were you? We were supposed to meet up at a Costco and clean it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
That was straight blood money I earned.
It was bad?
Oh, my God.
I had a feeling I knew what you were doing. You were probably blowing off the dust off the...
It was fucking... No, we were spraying some type of... I don't know, formaldehyde on the fucking ceiling and then wiping it off with towels. And there was like 1,000 ceiling tiles. I needed your help.
Holy shit.
You weren't there for me.
I'm sorry, buddy. I told you not to fucking do it.
Yeah, you did.
But surprisingly, you didn't quit that one since you have a habit of quitting jobs and just leaving. Apparently, you didn't have to take a shit.
No. If anybody goes up to the Costco in St. Charles, Illinois, look up at the bakery ceiling tiles. That was all me. I cleaned them.
How much did you make in that? How much did you make for that?
I don't know. It was like, what, for the night? It was like 125.
125 for one night?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Good.
Yeah.
Straight. I'd rather sleep.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're trying to convince me to do it. But nonetheless, we have a guest today. We have Jordan. Jordan, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. So tell us about you. What's up with you? What's going on with you right now?
Well,
You're the man of the hour right now. So
I recently got back into acting. As you saw, we connected on the
Concrete
set of
Rose.
Concrete Rose.
Hey, everybody's been on that, man.
I did the double take. I was like, what the? This guy's here too?
Man, I was telling you, you run into so many people there, like, and it's crazy, like, to realize it.
Not everybody.
You weren't there. You don't look Hispanic, John. What do you want me to tell you, bro? I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, you're Hispanic?
There we go. There we go. Everybody has to do that one.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's Hispanic.
Yeah, no.
So Concrete Rose.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back a little bit then. Let's go. When did you want to act? You know, what made you want to do it? How'd you start? Take classes, all that. Let's dig into that a little bit.
So let's rewind.
Wait, hold on, time out. Wait, I totally went off track real quick.
What's up?
Remember we were going to talk about one thing real quick before we started.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Two seconds. Just because
that's how I was going to start the show. I was going to be like, you know what? Does this make me a bad father? Because my kids really, really want to watch Space Jam. And I said, hell fucking no. We're not giving money to that creep.
You're a horrible father. No, so it's on the news. I mean, not on the news. It's a lot on social media right now. It was on First Take. It was on fucking FS1 Undisputed. All this over Space Jam's sequel. Right. And I don't know, man. Like, I kind of posted today. I was like, oh, and here we go with this movie, this great movie of Looney Tunes and a goat and the goat of basketball. And then I'm like, and then there's this sequel starring LeBron James and he's not the goat. And then here's the thing. It's almost cringy to like see this. I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
Why couldn't you like do your own thing?
Yeah, pick anything else. Why do you have to be like Jordan? Like, leave Jordan alone. You're not Michael Jordan. You're LeBron James. You're great.
And he says that too. Doesn't he tell everybody, I don't want to be like Jordan.
But
I'm not Jordan, Jam. But I want to do everything Jordan does.
Right.
You want to have Space Jam LeBron shoes and the whole 9 yards and
Jordan,
all that. Like,
what do you think about Jordan?
He's the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time, right?
It's kind of hard to compare MJ and LeBron, different times, different generations of basketball, different rules. But if you had to say for each, Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time, LeBron's the greatest right now.
Correct. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I think, to me, my thing with LeBron, right? My thing with LeBron James is the fact that he said that he was the greatest, and that rubbed me the wrong way. Like, he in that whole barbershop thing that he had. He was like, "Oh, that right there made me the GOAT." Like, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up.
In my opinion, like, Michael Jordan's the GOAT because he's no longer playing. You can't be the GOAT until you're done playing. That's the way I see it.
Good point. You know, but I mean, and if that is your frame of thought, then he would surpass Jordan in a way because he is going to end up with better numbers than Jordan did, except in maybe points and steals.
You got to take into consideration the man retired twice. You
Correct.
retired twice.
Correct. But we had this argument about, do we count those years? We really, well, we can't count those years.
Yeah.
We can't count the 2 years he played baseball.
So what do? You go by average field goal, what you average throughout a career.
No, but you can't do that because that actually didn't happen. But it didn't happen. That's the thing. We can't go into.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Even if you grab an average, let's say he averaged 25 points the year before in 94. What was his last year? They won the first three. It was 91, 92, 93. 93. And let's say the first one.
Go by career averages.
Okay, so you
just smoke some.
So we're just going to assume
except assists and rebounds.
So we're just going to give him his average for the years he didn't play.
No, it's just the career average.
And LeBron
has a career. Everybody has a career average.
Correct. And Jordan's is higher, right? But not by a margin, not by much, not by a lot.
Scoring, I think.
It's not by a huge amount. It's not a huge amount.
Right.
But then LeBron has every other stat.
But then it's like you said, you got to take into account the eras.
So do you think if he played those 2 years, Michael Jordan would have higher numbers?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He would have had a higher. He would have had. But he still would have been the same style. He would have had 2 more. He would have won 2 more. Easy. Yeah. Those 90, 93, 90, 94, 95, they would have won.
Yeah, he said retired because he got bored.
I'm sorry. The Houston Rockets weren't going to go back to back.
Oh, no, they weren't. There's no way. Said that the Rockets would have killed him.
No, he's smoking marijuana. Yeah. He got to stop. He got to stop that shit or whatever he's lacing up with that. But here's my thing. Again, Michael Jordan. What made Michael Jordan special is that Michael Jordan never said he was the GOAT. People said it. Everyone says it. Even when you watch Michael Jordan in interviews, right? Michael Jordan kind of cringes when they say the GOAT, right? Because he even said it himself, like it's not fair.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play with the GOATs of the past, right? He didn't play with the Wilt Chamberlains and the Oscar Robertsons of the times, that he didn't play. And so how could he say that when they were the greatest of their time? You know what I'm saying? We say it as spectators, right? That's okay. He never said it. You know what I'm saying? LeBron literally on camera, he looked at a camera and I'm the greatest. Like, no, stop. Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like you got a lot. You got really big shoes to fill.
I'm starting to realize how much I hate that the word GOAT, that abbreviation.
Oh my God.
It's pissed me off hard.
Yeah, it's kind of like everything is like that. But then again, like you said, why does he want to be like Michael Jordan so much? Like he's haunted by Michael Jordan's ghost.
Because that's the bar, Michael Jordan is the bar,
Right, but he's not even, he doesn't, okay, so I understood Kobe's thing, right? Because Kobe was a mere image of Michael Jordan, right? He was a replica.
We could talk about Kobe all day. I think Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James.
I agree. Well, me personally, and numbers will tell you something different, and we can't deny numbers, right? By numbers, if we look at numbers, LeBron is a better basketball player.
I'm taking Kobe 9 times.
I take Kobe
10 times out of 10 times.
Yes, absolutely. Because Kobe's the type of player I want on my team. Because Kobe's going to take that shot. If Kobe misses 100 times, he's still going to shoot that 101, and that might be your game winner. I don't know. LeBron doesn't do that. LeBron's not that type of player that
passes it to Kyrie or Ray Allen, whoever's on his team.
And then they make the shot. So who's the good player there? Because I'll tell you what, when Kyrie.
That's him deferring.
I agree.
That's what I think.
Right. He's deflecting. He's not accepting the shots. He's not accepting the challenge.
No.
Yeah, they rise to the occasion. MJ and Kobe always rise to the occasion.
Absolutely. Even if they missed. If they missed. And Kobe did more missing than Jordan, then that's okay. But the fact that Kobe did it proves what kind of player Kobe was. Kobe was relentless.
Right.
Like he was there and he was going to Kano from freaking Mortal Kombat 1 and just, here's your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what he was going to do. And Jordan was the same fucking way. Yeah. LeBron's not that person. You know?
He was pussyfooting his way to the titles.
So now, okay, so now he has Space Jam coming out, right? So Space Jam, first of all, I think some movies just don't need sequels. And that's one of them. Like, and from what I'm hearing, I'm going to watch it tonight because it came out today. From what I'm hearing, it's basically the same fucking story, kind of.
So it's not a sequel. It's like a remake.
No, it's technically supposed to be its own thing, but it's obviously it's its
own thing, but it's the same thing.
It has kind of a similar story. Bad guy comes in, wants to take something. Right. They have to play to save the day. It was one of those things. That's the same thing the original one was.
Why'd they give Lola Bunny a breast reduction?
Because they wanted to make her neutral.
Want to make her family friendly.
Yeah, they wanted to make her, which I have an issue with. I'm just like, what? Okay,
well, so father's the part of the family, and I'm pretty sure the father appreciates big breasted.
God. First of all, she wasn't big breasted in the original one either, but she was more feminine. No, she wasn't. I just saw her a little while ago. They were talking about it. I just saw her like she was just walking around the corner. You know, I just saw her pass by. She was dressed more sexy, right? So she had the croc top. You know, she didn't like whatever. She was more sexualized, if you want to guess. She was more feminine. Now they made her less feminine. They made her more, I guess, WNBA-ish, right? Because they're not really feminist type women.
Hey, don't say that.
That's not the. They're not. I mean, they're not. They're more. Okay. They're more masculine in a sense, right?
Sure.
Which is fine. But again, so let's back to the movie. I just feel like you can't do everything that Jordan did. Even though Space Jam, the original one, isn't a fucking Oscar-winning movie, it's not. I mean, it's fun,
it's
right?
A fun movie.
But
I'm excited to watch it tonight too.
You gotta leave stuff alone, man. Yeah. Like, just stop. And then him with that salsa commercial with the Mountain Dew rice. Oh my god, holy crap! I'm just like, bro, just stop. Did you watch him in that other movie with Amy Schumacher?
I didn't.
The one, what was it called?
Not Schumacher.
Not Schumacher. Schumer?
No, she's not a race car driver.
Whatever. Oh, you knew? Did you know who I was talking about?
Yeah.
All right. That's all that matters. It's the one with John Cena too. John Cena's in that movie.
Oh God, even more. I'm definitely not gonna say it now.
You hate John Cena with us. I don't like John Cena either. But okay, so enough about that. That movie's probably gonna bomb. Everybody's fucking the critics are ripping it apart. The only person coming up to bat for LeBron James is freaking Shannon Sharp because he literally hangs off his scrotum. Oh, yeah. Like literally, like he was yelling at Skip Bayless at the top of his fucking lungs.
Yeah, he's entertaining,
defending
him.
He's
hella entertaining
over a movie that means absolutely nothing.
Cartoon.
You know, I mean, he's not an actor. Neither was Michael Jordan. I get it. They're not actors, right? They're athletes. I mean, you know, there's.
I mean, LeBron is a little better actor, and he started the whole flopping.
So. He
could have won awards.
That's true. Him and Chris Paul, fucking
straight
boy,
up. Yeah,
they would be battling for the Oscar right there. Okay. Enough about that. Jordan, back to you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to throw that in there real quick.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So you're acting. Where'd you start? What idea popped into your head that you wanted to do all that?
Well, it all started in high school. My brother, he did a Shakespeare play at Navy Pier. Mm-hmm. So he did that, and then he actually got contacted to be a part of The Dark Knight Batman movie. Mm-hmm. He was an extra. I seen him doing that, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Wonder how it would feel to do that, you know what I mean? So it's like, why not? And I started doing like plays, theater, live theater. Then I eventually stopped because I was like, it's not going nowhere. So I went to Wright College and all that. Let's fast forward to now. This whole pandemic, I was losing my mind, bro. I was like, I need to occupy my time a little more. So what do I like to do? Let me see if I could start doing it again. So I chose acting. I did a couple music videos. I posted them on Facebook, and John reached out to me, and he called me. He's like, give me your number. And I guess Santana had already been involved with him. So I was like, wow, this is all coming full circle. My boy Ryan is Santana's cousin. So he said, hey, I'm going to hit you up with some information. And it happened to be John. And I was like, hey, I already got contacted. This is dope. So
let's make it happen.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, obviously we saw each other at the airport scene, the famous airport scene over there in India.
Yeah, I was tripping. I'm like, damn, okay.
But it's kind of crazy because I never met too many people that I went to high school with or played basketball with or whatever that like really got into acting, because acting is one of those weird things. Like a lot of people don't look at it as as interesting as we do, right?
I could be on the bus practicing lines. They're looking at me like
you fucking crazy. Like right now, I bet you my sister's probably getting used to it already, but like I'm constantly like talking to myself down here because I'm either reading lines or whatever, trying to figure things out or whatever. Okay. But I find it so fucking fascinating. I don't know what draws you to acting. Like what do you like about it? John, I swear we'll get you 2 cents in. So we were don't fall asleep over there, buddy.
So when we were I don't know, like when you practice your lines and you do like a dry run, I like when they're like, this is it. Don't fuck up. Lights, camera, action. Once they say action, I'm already practicing what I'm doing in my head. Like, when I was on Bloodbound, they're like, when I was on Bloodbound, they're like, do a dry run of your lines. So I was like, all right, I'm just walking through them. But I told them, hey, when you say action, I'm bringing that shit, and you're gonna see the difference. So I kind of like that rush when we're live or
the pressure of it.
Yeah. Oh man, it just feels good. It's just
it kind of becomes real.
It kind of becomes real.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm actually I'm that character. I'm not Jordan anymore. I'm whoever I'm playing as character.
That makes sense.
I take it that serious, like not like Joker serious or anything, but I take it serious.
Not Christian Bale serious. Or Christian Bale's fucking going crazy on set.
Or Heath Ledger. I'm not gonna become the Joker literally.
You know what? It's funny. Like that's a goal, right? Like I look at actors like them. They have a different talent, right? Like they're so unique at what they do, right?
Yeah.
Like same with Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix, Gary Oldman, all these characters that they create these characters.
You said Gary Oldman, and he gave a look like who?
You know who Gary Oldman is?
No, that's why I gave him the look. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I love it.
Okay,
I love it. That's his favorite actor.
Hold on. Time out.
Well, I might be better with the face.
Time out.
I
got this, John. I got this. Relax. I got this. Gary Oldman is the guy who played Commissioner Gordon in the Batman movies, the old ones, the ones with the Joker and with Heath Ledger, and he's the Commissioner Gordon. He's the cop. So he's played in a lot of movies, right? Okay. He's been. I don't know if you ever saw like Air Force One with Harrison Ford. Never saw Air Force One? Good movie. You should check that out. Eli with Denzel Washington. Yeah. Okay, the bad guy in that movie.
Okay.
That's Gary Oldman. He was in one of the Harry Potter movies. I don't know which one. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he's a character actor. You ever watch Leon the Professional? That's a good movie too. You should check that out.
It's old.
It's an old movie.
He's like the sniper, right?
Yeah.
With the little girl. So the bad guy in that, that's Gary Oldman too.
Oh, okay, now I know what you're talking about.
He's really fucking good, and he's changed character. But I'm just saying, I'm just using them as examples of people that change their character when they're almost completely different people. I would say Jared Leto's kind of in that too. Kinda like Jared Leto kind of twists himself and converts, but he's a method actor. So I mean, he's weird. I just saw the movie with him and Denzel and what's the other guy?
I'm sorry, I don't like his Joker, bro.
I don't like his Joker that much either. But I mean, you can tell. At least you could tell that he committed to it. It wasn't good.
He did commit.
No, he did make it. He made it his own for sure.
He committed.
He made
to
it his
it.
own.
But I've always wondered like how much of that was the studio telling him to be stupid like that.
Right.
Because they do give him the material, right? And you kind of have to
create your own.
You create your own, but then you have to blend it to what the director wants
right.
and what the production team wants. Because you know what I'm saying? Like if they don't like what you're doing, they're going to tell you you're going to have to change it.
Yeah, they have an expectation for sure.
Right. You know, if they wanted to be corny and stupid, then you're going to have to play corny and stupid. But nonetheless, I just use them as an example because those guys are special because they literally take a role and you don't recognize the actor anymore. You know? And I wonder if that's a talent you learn or if that's something you're born with. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out on my, and me as a, an actor as well. But like right now, I think that the best thing we could do, I think, is just be us. Like I went to an acting class, and they were like, one of the things that they tell you is like, you're enough for right now, which is great. That's a good advice. Like just be you right now. Don't worry about creating characters. I mean, you create a character depending on your actions, either way, because it's not you. So if they tell you to be a gangbanger, that's not you. You're playing a gangbanger or whatever, which is what 90% of the time that when we play, we play fucking gangbangers.
Yeah, right.
Thugs. John, you play the banker.
I play the local.
You play the local real estate guy.
Yeah.
The one who presses the alarm.
Yep. Or you play the guy who tries to make us sign up for gym membership. That's you. There you go. That's you right there.
That's my wheelhouse. I
so
guess.
when you get a script, what's your process? Like what do you do? Let's go into that.
Wow. Okay, so I read it through, and I highlight it, whatever, but I like to know the line before my lines.
Okay.
Because when I hear them, then I know I got that little short time to get in it. After they finish their line, time to come with it. I really don't stress about I don't really sweat it. I feel like memorizing lines is really easy for me.
That's good. That's a talent.
Yeah.
That's a talent.
It's really easy for me. So I focus more on what I want to add to my character.
Okay.
Because once you already know what you're gonna say, it's like, all right, so don't just stand there stiff, motherfucker. Fucking move, man. Make it your own.
Yeah, you gotta do something. You gotta show life.
And so I like watching. So whatever the story is based on, I like to watch like similar stuff like on YouTube and see like how people are moving, like research body language, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You're researching the role that you're playing.
Yeah, facial expressions and shit like that.
Yeah,
like
movements, how they move or whatever. Like, obviously you want to make it look, as genuine as possible.
Because the roles that I've been getting, they want me to be this fucking intimidating person. And I can be that, but like, I try not to be because like, I growing up, I try to get away from that because everybody was scared of me and shit. So, now it's like I get on camera and I was like, all right, cool. Let me be that.
You know what's funny?
He wants to be on a rom-com now.
I'm on a romantic comedy. No, I'll tell you what. Honestly, to be honest, John, I'm in the same boat because we can always play what we look, right? So I can always play a gangbanger. You could always play a big tough guy or whatever. John could always play a plumber. We can always do that, right? But I've always wanted to expand from that. That's why when I did my short film, and I'm not criticizing, people do what they want to do, right? That's up to them. Their stories are their stories and more power to them. And I hope they succeed with it. But when I did my short film, I didn't want to go the killing and the gangbanger and I didn't want to go that route because like if I make a career out of this, I have a whole career of fucking playing a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play something else because I wanted to, I want to be an actor. And I think I got this from Michael Caine. So Michael Caine says like, he doesn't recommend superstardom to be a superstar, right? But to be a good actor is recommended. And I'm like, that's stuck with me. Like, I don't want to be I don't care if I'm Denzel or big time like that. I don't care. I just want to be a good, I want to be he's superstar. I want to be a good movie actor. You know what I'm saying? Someone when you hire Gary Oldman, like even when directors talk about him, like, what you're going to get out of him. You're going to get a good performance. You're going to get a guy who's dependable. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want. I mean, a lot of these stars, they act like dicks. Like even the guy from Twilight, what's his name? That he's gonna play Batman now, Robert
Pattinson.
Oh my god!
So like,
the worst
he literally
choice ever.
He totally smashed his co-star on top of the Batmobile. Rumor has it.
That's badass.
Yeah. Well, come on, bro. Be a professional, bro.
No, he's got to create his character. He has to be Bruce Wayne.
Did he the rich
to bachelor?
He refused to lift weights or something like that.
Oh yeah, that too.
It's scrawny.
That too. Yeah, he refused.
Too skinny to play Batman. You're not kicking anyone's ass.
I mean,
bro.
it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's wearing a fucking suit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Keaton wasn't fucking. He wasn't in shape either.
In Batman Forever,
in the original one, he wasn't big at all. I mean, but there's things that you don't do. Like, you got to be professional in some things. Like, I mean, he made a stupid choice, I guess, right? But I also read that he's really hard to work with, that he's always fucking drunk and this and this. And I'm like, bro, this is when you got to be a professional. Like, you got a job to do, and he's in a good position because he's the lead, right? So like, who are you going to fire? Right? You either fire the director or you fire the star. This is a tough choice though, because think about it this way. Yeah. What if that movie's really fucking good? Let's just say the Batman comes out and it's really fucking good, right? Or let's use an example that's already out. Let's say the Joker. Yeah. Let's just say it's out already. The direction of that movie was really fucking good. Okay. And the actor was really fucking good, right?
Right.
Now, Joaquin Phoenix did something stupid, let's just say. Really fucking stupid. And you have to fire one of them because now they don't get along. The director and the actor don't get along. Who do you fire? Because the actor is just as responsible as much as the director is. You get what I'm saying? That's a tough choice. That's a tough choice.
Every time you got.
I don't know if it's that simple, John.
Yeah, it is to me.
Well, I mean, director's in charge of directing the movie, right?
Right.
So he gets to probably choose to fire that dude. Like, hey,
well, he doesn't fire. Movie, he doesn't fire anybody. Okay. The production fires.
The production.
So here's the thing. So the director is just as, like, people say, well, the actor is the most important thing, which is true, right? Because that's who you see, right? But everything else that made the movie great is the director. You get what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Jurassic Park wasn't great because of what's his name, Neil, whatever his last name is. Because of him, it was more because of Spielberg's work. Yeah, right. You get what I'm saying? So in those cases where, like, it's a big name, it's Batman, right? Like, you can't keep swapping out Batmans. We saw what happened last time when they started swapping out Batmans, and adding Arnold Schwarzeneggers and all that type of stuff. You know?
Hey, Arnold saved that movie.
Right? Yeah. You like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jordan?
Yeah.
Do you think he's a great actor?
He's terrible.
Woo! Wait, where's my applause button? Never mind. Nope. There it is. He gets an applause for that. We always asked everybody, especially my acting friends. He swears that Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the greatest fucking actor to ever fucking live.
I did not say that.
I like the
I want you to defend Arnold for 2
I
seconds.
just did not say that. So, here's my thing with him. English is his second language, right? Do you know what type of drive you have to have? What type of just to get into acting, like acting in a second language, because it is his second language. It's tough when it's your first language, and to get into that and to be as successful as he is, it's crazy. And he was taking acting classes while he was bodybuilding.
I know. I just saw something,
and he was doing construction work.
I just saw the same interview.
Yeah,
I just saw it. Here's my question: where he's from, do they speak English?
No, he's Austrian.
Okay, so they speak. Is it a completely different? Is it like
Yes.
British English? Is it like a form of English?
No, he lives in Austria.
What does it sound like?
It sounds German.
Oh, it sounds German. Okay,
It's
never
way-
mind. I'll take
yeah.
that back. I'll take it back. I thought it was more like, you know how like in Britain they speak English,
No,
but it doesn't
no.
sound like
with an
English.
accent, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's totally.
It'll sound like gibberish to you right now.
Okay. I'll cut him some slack. I'm not saying what he did wasn't great. He did something amazing. He made a career out of basically nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's not a good actor. He's Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is all he is.
He's the greatest actor in the genre.
Where's he
of
from?
Early 90s, late 80s.
He's probably the most
movies.
paid actor. See, but then again, this is where we get to The Rock. Like The Rock would then qualify as the
sucks.
same. No, you're crazy. First
Yeah,
of all,
he
he's
does.
understandable, which is great. You actually understand
You
what
said he
he's fucking
sucks?
saying.
Yeah, I think The Rock is
The Rock is
absolute
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
trash.
He is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's the whole LeBron
The
James
American
Jordan
short-
thing
yeah.
again. He's following Arnold.
No, that's like a Kobe and Jordan thing. That's how similar they are.
No.
Okay, anyways, whatever.
He's a terrible actor, but I think the movies hold weight because of what he did and where he came from.
I agree.
He was winning. He was the strongest man in the world at one point. Like, you know what I mean?
And I agree with that. I think Arnold is great at playing
He's exciting.
Arnold.
He's exciting to look at. I
Just
guess.
like
It's
the- just like The
what's he
Rock.
gonna do next?
Just like The Rock is great at playing The Rock. Huh?
The Rock, what?
The Rock is good at playing The Rock. He doesn't play
whatever that
characters.
means.
The Rock doesn't play characters. The Rock is just The Rock. Just it's the same guy with different lines. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I've never seen him. The only movie that I remember that he actually played and like he actually made me feel something was probably Gridiron Gangs. That's it. Besides that, everything else is just okay. It's The Rock.
Didn't watch
I'm waiting
it,
for him to rock
refused
bottom
to watch
somebody.
it.
He has in movies, but I think it's corny. They need to stop with that. Like when he gets in the fight scenes, he always has to like rock bottom somebody.
Yeah, that's-
I'm waiting for him to throw out an elbow pad and then start running across the ring or whatever. Like, oh, whatever. Okay. So you're acting. You have this curiosity for it. You have a thing that you have you have a process that you do to start preparing for this. So you get a call from John, right? And then was that the first time you were on set with him when we saw each other at the airport?
Yeah.
That was the first time?
As you saw, I was a little to myself. It was like the first time I was like, damn, this is like a big, kind of like a big deal. You know, I saw the attention it was getting and I was like, oh shit, well, I hope my acting's good enough. You know what I mean? So I was a little nervous and, you know, and then I kind of use that as fuel too.
No, of course, absolutely. You got to use it as drive. I mean, you get a little more comfortable as it kind of goes along. Like it's kind of like how when we started with this,
Right.
like the first time we do it, it's kind of nerve wracking. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, when you just sat here, so most people kind of have this nervousness in the first 5 minutes and then it kind of lingers away. Everybody has that. You got to use it. You know, it's adrenaline. You get used to it a little bit, you know, over time.
Right, yeah.
But the nervousness is kind of cool. It kind of makes you feel alive. You know, like it makes you feel like it's excitement. You know.
That
It
would
is.
not work with me.
No, you.
I get nervous and I start talking like Mickey Mouse. That would not be a good.
I mean, think about it. So you were nervous. You're nervous. You're there. I'm there with you. Whatever. You were actually on my. You were on my team. You're on my team of the gun show. Of the gun show.
are you allowed to talk about it?
It's a movie. There's a lot of guns in it. I mean, we're not really talking too much about
It
it.
was just like a giant rumble.
Basically, it was a basic scene that you would see in any mob any mobster movie. You know, there's always that one scene. So you get there, you're nervous, calm down. You know, we do it a couple times. At what point did you start getting comfortable? Like me, it's always like after the first take. First take, I'm nervous as fuck. Second take, I'm cool.
I think, you know, after the first couple, you notice that what you're doing, you're like, okay, that's what I got to do. So,
do you adjust as you go? Do you make decisions as you go?
I over prepare.
You over prepare?
So in case they want to change up on me, I'm ready.
Cool.
I like to be ready for different scenarios. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know if they're like, yo, this is what I want right here. Like this dude's the dude. Like, you know what I mean? So
that makes sense. I with me, I'm kind of a quick thinker. When I do things, and I kind of tend to analyze a lot. Like the first time I'll do any scene. You know, I just go through the motions. You know, whatever they wanted, whatever the script said. Then if you know they say, okay, we're do it again. Now I start to look at my layout because really you don't know what the layout is when you show up on set. You know, because you get there and okay, here's whatever, and now you got to play
have
around
an idea of something up here,
but it could be completely different.
Yeah,
completely fucking different, right?
Yeah.
So now you start to think, okay, I have this. How can I play around with this? Okay, I could use this for cover. I can do this. Or like when I was on Lightyear, like, okay, so now the car looks a little different than what I thought, you know? So, okay, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to have to have a moment before. I have to have a moment after, blah, 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 blah. Those type of things are fun. That's when I find it fun because you're creating stuff. You're being creative in your head. Like, okay, I'm going to, like one of the things I did was like, I started using one of the cars as cover. You know, like I started putting my back to it or whatever, blah, blah. And then a lot of us did. Yeah. We all started doing this, which is, I think is fucking fun. You know, just trying to be creative with everything, you know? So we did that scene. Then you went back on a couple more times, right? With Concrete Rose?
Yeah, actually he called me back. And I was like, oh, damn, I thought I was done. I thought it was just a, one-time thing. But then he was like, nah, bro, I like how you look on the screen, your presence. It fits what I got going on. So came back and I went to the mansion out there. Beautiful fucking mansion, bro.
Where was it? In Indiana or?
Yeah, Indiana. I'm talking about this place had levels. Like I was like, damn, there was a brewing company in there too. So I'm like,
no shit.
Yeah, it was pretty fancy, man. And I went over there, did that scene, and the news came, and what's his name?
Oh, I did see him post about that. Yeah.
JTO Campos was there from Queen of the South, like.
Big deal.
Great guy, man. His personality, yeah, great guy. Got pictures with him and everything. His personality is just out there, so I can see why he's at where he's at. So
he's the guy that always plays the. He was the guy we were talking about last week, right? That's always in the movie.
No. He's talking about the Queen of the South, right?
Yeah, Boaz. He plays Boaz.
We were talking about the guy from.
Bruce Almighty.
From Bruce Almighty, the bald guy. He was in that movie too. Oh. He was in Concrete Rose too. He was in what's his freaking name? He was Fast and Furious. He was in Bruce Almighty. He was in Training Day.
Noel.
Yeah, I think his first name is Noel.
Yeah.
Noel, I forget his last name. Whatever. He was in the dark. He was in one of the Batman movies too.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see professional actors. You know,
it is because some like Noel, we saw him on TV when we were younger, and now to be a part of a film with him is like, that's pretty dope. Right? That's dope,
bro. Imagine how I felt, right? So I did a scene with fucking J.K. Simmons, and I'm like, okay.
When you told me, I was like, say that again.
Fucking J.K. Simmons, fucking, he's right there, But that's how I felt inside, But to be honest, here's the crazy part. I think and this is what people say. It's like a lot of people say, oh, they're just people. But before you meet them, in your head, you're like, no, they're not just people. They're fucking Oscar winners and they're stars and it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Like
blah, blah,
9
blah, blah.
feet tall.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in reality, they are people. It's crazy. It's crazy to say because obviously their value is 150 trillion times more than you. But they're just fucking people. Especially someone like JK who's a little older. Obviously, like he was really cool to talk to, and it was crazy to see someone who you look at in the cinema lens. And you think of him being so high because he's reached the pinnacle of acting, right? He's won a fucking Oscar, that's like the pinnacle. When you look at him and you talk to him, it's kind of like, damn, like he's really, 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 really no different than anyone else. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he is human, obviously, but it's just like, it's one of those feelings, you know, like it makes you feel, it's almost motivation because like, okay, I'm really no different than him. Obviously, he has years of experience under his belt, which help out. But
tons
in reality, and he has talent, right? But in reality, there's nothing really different between him and I. You know, I can get there if I put as much. Obviously, he's more talented than I am.
Yeah,
obviously, but I can put in that same amount of work and maybe make a career out of this. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty sure, John, you want me to be successful so you could be my security guard.
I'm trying to quit my job. Yeah, of course.
I mean, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Surprisingly,
Right.
fucking shocked.
So we're only
numbers are jumping, bro.
I'm telling you,
Congrats, man.
But here's the crazy part. You know who really watches us? People from overseas. Shout out to the people overseas. Thank you for watching. If you guys understand us or not, I don't know, but
I told you last week they're using our show to learn English. I think
I got to make sure I put subtitles now every time I upload a show.
Closed captioning.
Yeah, closed captioning brought to you in part by the letter C. Okay, so Concrete Rose. So let's put a bow on Concrete Rose. You did a couple scenes with them. What went after that? What'd you do after that?
Okay, so
the after party, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
no.
Is he
had
having
to
a red
sign a
carpet?
bunch of NDAs, man. I can't tell you shit.
I'm telling you, is he having a red carpet for Concrete Rose?
I think he is. He is.
I'm very curious about that.
I know John is, bro. I mean, all that publicity, you have to, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm curious about that. Let me ask you a question. Did you stay the whole time at the airfield?
I stood there till about 3 a.m.
At the airfield when we were there?
Yeah.
So were you watching when I did my scene, or did you go to the other room?
Yeah, I was gonna grab my phone and show you what I got. I got some of your shit.
Oh no, shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I
was trying to find somebody.
I gotta send it to him.
I was trying to find somebody who had a little bit of that.
But like, you know, I had to do it from a distance because I couldn't be anywhere in the background. You know what I mean? So you're like, kill me. And I was like, yo, that's my boy.
Oh shit!
And I was like, damn, they whooping his ass over there.
Yeah, I was hoping because I know my girlfriend was there, and she was in that bus that they were using.
Right.
She was just sitting in the bus, but then she went to the other room because I had told her, hey, grab a little bit just in case, But then she went to the other room because they had to clear the background.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I don't remember what I did. I mean, I remember what I did, but like, I don't know what it looked like. I'm like. And I've been dying for John to bring out this film so I could just see what this scene fucking looked like.
Apparently, you were ripping off Arnold. That sounds like one of his lines.
Kill me.
Kill me, come on, kill me. Yeah, you ripped him off, you fucker.
Actually, if you really want to know who I ripped it off from, and you saw it, so you might get the reference. When John called me, he gave me those lines, right? And he kind of told me what was going on. I'm like, man, how do I play this? Like, I don't want to, I don't want to be I always felt like gangbangers, like if you're really tough, you die tough, right? You don't want to die begging for your life. That's how I look at it.
Like a little bitch.
Yeah, you want to die like a fucking man, right? So
hell yeah.
So I started thinking about movies that I've seen that I'm like, okay, when does like a guy die and he fucking asked for it?
Oh, right? I know where you're going with this.
So I was watching a long time ago. I watched Watchmen. Did I go where you're going?
No.
Okay, so I was watching Watchmen.
Okay,
you remember Watchmen? Okay,
somewhat,
you know the scene at the end when Rorschach dies.
Yeah,
and he tells what's his name, Dr. Manhattan. He's like he gives him this like real meaningful like, what are you waiting for? And he does it all, and he's like, kill me. And he doesn't do it. He gives him this look like, kill me. So I'm like, well, fuck it. You know what? I like that.
You just did that right now, and I just saw the whole scene in my head.
And I'm like, you know what? I like that. I like it. I'm like, you know what? So I ran it by John. He was like, you fucking do that shit. I'm like, fuck it. He's like, I'm gonna give you the ball. You dunk that shit. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna dunk that shit. So fucking, I literally ran with that. Like my lines were pretty simple, but I gave him one like sympathetic, kill me, and then the other one I just yelled it at him, and they fucking. We won't talk no more about that scene, but basically, like it's funny because and I picked it up from. Again, Michael Caine is one of those dudes where I like watching. I don't know if you ever seen an acting class he had a long time ago. It's on YouTube. I'll send you a link for it. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. He goes and says, steal as much as you can. Steal what you see. If you like something that an actor does, steal. But steal from the best people. And it's true.
Well, we've already seen that. Yeah, you're stealing fucking a lot of shit.
I'm not
Still
stealing it.
over here, right?
I'm not stealing it. And it's funny because he also says that, you look at all these famous, there's a fly in here. You look at all these famous actors, and he says the same thing. He's like, they stole, but you don't know who they stole it from because they put it into themselves.
Yeah.
They've added it to themselves. So they've reinvented it, and it's the truth. I mean, how many times can you practice the method acting, and you end up with the same thing? You have to kind of change it a little to your own personality or whatever. But you're stealing some from everyone. Everybody picks up stuff from everyone. You know how much crap I picked off from freaking Family Guy or whatever? I say it all the time when I tell jokes and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But okay, so Concrete Rose, done and over with. What'd you do after that?
I just did Bloodbound with Danny Villegas.
He was here.
Yeah,
A couple weeks ago. He's the movie he was talking about, remember? He was in a film?
Yeah.
The wrestler?
Yeah.
He was in his movie.
Okay.
How did that go?
Oh.
I just told him he couldn't suplex me if I agreed. I was like, I don't want that. But
Give you a Ric Flair chop.
right.
Woo!
Actually, it was one of the other guys who was a part of the movie, Enrique Guzman.
Uh-huh.
He was like, he reached out to me on Facebook. Was like, hey man, would you be interested in being in a film? We would have a scene together. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen his scene with Bruce Willis.
I have not.
Bro, he beat the shit out of Bruce Willis in the alley. I forget the name of the movie. He sent it to me on Facebook, but after I seen that, I was like, man, that's to me, that's pretty cool,
No, absolutely.
And to work with those kind of people, why not? And I just said, yeah, let's do it. They sent me the script next day. I started studying it, and like I read the story, but when I got there, it kind of brought it more to life, and I understood it more, and I was like, oh, maybe not do that, but do this, So like I always over prepared, man. So like I didn't know what to expect from the movie. So
Are you open minded? So like to suggestions?
yeah.
And I think that's what makes people. That's what I guess you have to have, right? Because I feel like a lot of actors I've worked with, like obviously smaller ones, golly, some of them are fucking pricks. Like some of them are the most disrespectful, cocky pricks I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So
Names.
I don't even remember his name. I don't want to know. I think it's like Zach or some shit. So this dude,
Fuck you, Zach.
preppy. So we're doing this.
Yes.
What is going on here?
I don't know. It sounds like Christian music.
I don't know what it is, but it's loud. So I'm on set for this student film, probably about a year and a half ago. Small scene, whatever. I had a small scene, and I like to stick around just so I can, watch from behind the scenes. Cause I kind of like doing all that. I like watching, and I'll help out however I can. So this dude's in the scene, good looking dude. He's in shape, whatever. He's the main protagonist. And we're in between shots. We had just did a shot with me and him, and then we took a little break, whatever. Then we're gonna go shoot again. And the camera's ready, everybody's ready, and he's on the phone. And he's just having this conversation on the phone. And he's just walking back and forth on the phone. So whatever, they give him a couple minutes. Minutes turned into half an hour, 45 minutes.
Oh no.
And everyone at some point literally sat down on the couches, and we're all looking at him. And he's just walking around on the phone and on the phone and on the phone. I'm like, brother. I mean, honestly, if I was a bigger actor, I would have grabbed this phone and threw it up against the wall.
You know who you needed there, right? Christian
Bale. What the fuck are you doing?
No fucking respect.
Man, I mean, but dude, like, how and I get it. I mean, he's the main actor.
I don't give a fuck.
Right? But I mean, bro, you're not that big. You're doing stuff for free for students, right? Like you're helping them out. Like, bro, at least give them the respect that they deserve because they're putting in as much time as you are. And you're on the fucking phone for 45 minutes.
Killing time.
I mean, and he gets away with this because this is a student film. That's a bad habit. Go and try to do that on Chicago PD. Or go and try to do that on fucking Lightyear or any big time film. Get the fuck out.
Get the boot.
Like, bro, come on, have some respect. Like, this is when I'm like, I would never be that way. I would never in my life be that way. Like, you have to be humble, like you like to say. We have to be humble in this business sometimes, be considerate, take opinions, take ideas from directors. Because a lot of times you can see that too. Like, the director will say, do this, and he was just tripping.
Yeah,
or he wouldn't do it.
He just wanted to see how it would look or feel.
Like, he just did it his way. Like, at the end of the day, this is their vision. This is their vision, not your vision. You create a character, but your character has to coincide with their vision of the story.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's how movies are made. That's how it works. And if you can't do that, then maybe this isn't for you. That's why I asked you. Like, you're pretty. So if Danny would have told you, you know what? No, you got to do it this way. You do it this way. Try it this way. How would you take that? Would you take it into consideration? Would you adapt?
Well, yeah, I got these. When you asked me if I'm open-minded, my high school coach came to my mind because he's like, you got to be fucking coachable and you got to be teachable. Because if you're not either of them, you ain't shit. You're not gonna do shit, and that goes for anything.
Yeah.
Because you gotta learn how to take
criticism,
constructive criticism.
Yes.
You can't just be a bitch about it. Like, man, fuck you. I'm not gonna do that. Like, no, bro. Like, listen to what people have to say. Okay, you like what you do, but how about you listen to what other people like and try to put it in your game.
And that just helps you. And that just helps you because it's gonna give you ideas on how to do things. Like,
yeah,
John does auditions with me, and sometimes he'll give me ideas that actually are pretty cool. Like the one that I booked, he came up with half of the stuff we came up with at the end, for improv or whatever.
Dope.
And it worked. You have to be able to be flexible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna have all the fucking answers.
Exactly.
You're not. And then think about it. It ends up being better. Like when I did my short film, the girl who was running my camera, Emma, who's going to be a guest next week, she would give me ideas like, do this, do that. We would talk about angles or whatever. Like and at the end of the day, it's my decision, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, it's my decision, right? I could say yes or no. I could just go with my gut or whatever, what I want.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things I used were stuff that she considered, and it worked.
Nice.
Because you gotta be able to, put down your ego, and and collaborate, because it works out better that way. What's the cliche thing that they say, 2 minds are better than one, or blah blah blah, or whatever.
Power in numbers.
You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. So you did one with Danny. How'd that come out? Pretty good. I know he's finishing up right now, but
now that they're already done. They're doing the editing, and there's not an official release date, but I know it'll be in a couple months or so.
Sure.
When I wasn't on screen, I was watching them perform, and I just felt like, maybe because I'm hard on myself, I just felt like everybody was better than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, he just killed that shit. He's blowing me out the fucking water.
But you can't.
But then I use that as energy, and then when I get it, and then these motherfuckers were like, yo, this guy, they were clapping after the scene.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious? Because I was like, I think I could do that better, and I wanted to tell them, all right, let's do that one more time.
You're always gonna feel like you could do something.
All right, let's do it one more time, because then I get caught up in doing it and trying
ask
to
this dude how many times I make him do stuff.
Scene.
Yeah, ask this dude how many times I make him for an audition. How many times I have to do something. Nowadays, I've gotten better where I'm like, okay, we got it.
We shot the same scene like 20 times, and then I still felt like I could do it better, And he's like, no, don't worry, we got it.
I feel you on that. But again, this is something you get used to.
Yeah.
So like now, like the last couple auditions that I did, I didn't even want to watch the playback. I let them watch the playback, because at the end of the day, I know what I'm doing, but it doesn't. It all depends on how it looks on screen, because on screen it looks like, in person it looks like one thing, and on screen it looks like another.
Right.
So they tell me, you know what, it's good. Okay, we run it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing happened with Concrete Rose when I did my scene. I mean, I didn't think I did anything spectacular, right? I don't think I did anything spectacular. I just committed to what I was doing, right? And after we finished, when I got home that day, the next day, I started getting emails on Facebook. A lot of the guys that were there were like, bro, you killed that, bro. Like you looked real. Even damn it, I have his name. I forget his name. I'm sorry, I forget names. He called me. He's like, bro, I know real, and you gave me real. The one I had the dialogue with in the scene.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't do anything. I just played I felt like I didn't do much, But again, it looks different when you're watching John. Same thing. He's like, you killed that shit. Like I gave you the oop and you dunked that shit. And I'm like, bro, I mean, I don't even know what I did. I just kind of just genuinely felt a certain way.
Okay.
About it. I kind of gave it a little bit of an emotion to it and just ran with it. You know, John, you're laughing. I can see you laughing.
I'm not laughing.
I see you giggling on the inside.
No, I'm not. I'm actually wanting that movie to come out to see what it looks like.
And then you're gonna mock me for it. I just have this feeling he's gonna make a meme.
I don't
for me. But anyway, okay. So then, what else are you doing? You're doing another show, right, or another movie on the Narcos thing?
We're doing Chicago Narcos.
You're part of that, right?
I'm part of that as well. We've been filming like at least once or twice every month.
Okay.
Everybody, they working during the week, so we try to find a weekend we all
that's the hard part about all that.
Weekend to agree on, but it's gonna be independent, and we're bringing people on. And I'm friends with Santana. We've been working together. I just did a photo shoot the other day.
I just saw he needed an audio guy. I think I might throw my hat at that. I might throw my hat at that because I just like being around it. I just like being around it, like looking at it, like lights, all that stuff, like that trips me out. Like it's just so fucking interesting to me, no matter how I can help, I'll do it. Like that's why everyone who comes here, most of the time when they're actors or whatever, I'm like, look, if you need help with anything or if you need a camera or whatever, just call me. Yeah, we'll work something out. Same thing. If I told you same thing when you do your film, just let me know if you need something. We'll make this shit work. What I'm saying? Yeah. I got you. So Chicago Narcos. Anything else you got on the pipeline?
Yeah, I'm working on my documentary. It's about my life story.
Let's get into that.
What I went through and shit where I am today, baby. You know what I'm saying?
So let's go into let's tap into a little bit.
Yeah. So wow, shit, bro. As you can see, I hope it's not the first thing people notice, but I am a burn survivor. I got burned when I was 4, bro, and shit, it was tough. It was definitely tough growing up. Me and my twin brother, I know you remember Justin. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, boy. But yeah, I don't even know where to start. So it was a house fire, bro, and originally I had gotten out. I was following my mom. Turned around me, I didn't see my brother, so I just went back in, bro, and I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing, but I have the vision in my head, and it was just like, yo, that's my brother. I knew that was my brother in there,
You have to go get him.
Yeah. And I remember being like, I wasn't as big as I am now, obviously, so I was dragging him to like the back door, and maybe a foot before I got to the door, the backdraft hit hard, bro. Boom, door shuts in my face. I try to grab the knob, it burns my fucking hand. Like, yo, it was just like, I can go down and describe it, but it's just like, it's fucking scary, bro. Like, when you barely have time and you got to fucking fight for your life, it's fucking crazy, bro.
That's a whole other, that's like a whole, like the fight or flight feeling is like, that's
every time I tell the story, bro, it's like, you're going to play this back, you're going to
hear the emotion.
Hear the emotion in my voice, but I just feel like, when I talk about it, the fucking smoke, it suffocates me still. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, imagine how dramatic that is. That's
weird, bro.
That's embedded in.
I feel like short of breath when I talk about it. It's weird as fuck. But yeah, man.
So you survived that?
I survived that. I don't know how, but I did.
Brother, you survived. That's
I had a fucking
will.
7% chance of living. Fucking 7 blood transfusions. Like, bro, it's crazy.
It's because you're supposed to be right here, right now, brother.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
Growing
Growing up.
People like to say everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're here, brother.
I got bullied as a kid and shit. I think
you.
Yeah.
What, bro?
But actually in second grade, I got into a really big fight because I fought the bully back, bro. Busted his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm like, damn. I was like, I watch wrestling, man. Let me try this shit on this kid.
John did that once. He almost killed somebody.
I used to watch Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and WCW, and WWE or WF back then, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna see what this elbow drop does.
Straight to
choke
macho,
slam your
man.
ass, man. Like, come on, man.
That's crazy.
But it comes with a certain territory that it kind of disciplined me at a lot younger age than I wanted to, because as a kid I used to watch these kids go in the pool, have their summer, and I remember being watching them fucking crying, bro. Like, Why is this my life? Why can't I have a fucking normal life and not get judged and take my shirt off and you know what I'm saying? But now I think that I use my story, bro, and that it's just an outstanding thing for me. Like
I agree.
People be like, man, Jordan who? Oh yeah, Jordan Phoenix. Yeah, I know him. You know, like yeah, you know the burn survivor, right? Oh yeah, I say burn survivor. A lot of people say, oh, burn victim. You know, I in the middle of an news interview, bro, I was like, excuse me, it's burn survivor. Right? Can you please say that?
Victim is victim.
You know, that kind of pisses me off. Like I survived. I'm a victim? I'm dead? I'm shit.
No, you survived.
Exactly.
You
That's the way I see it. I'm really an asshole and anal about that.
No, you should be.
Because victim sounds like, you know, I'm a fucking handicapped. No, hell no. No way, you know? Like, I don't know, bro.
No, I agree with you 100% on that.
And, you know, I do a lot of, I've given back to kids. A counselor for burn kids, you know, I started as a camper there, graduated into a counselor. You know, and it feels good to give back what I got. You know, I didn't have confidence. I didn't have none of that shit, you know. And, you know, volunteers who were teachers and doctors or firefighters just came out for this burn camp, bro. And they helped me build my confidence. And every year I used to look forward to doing that. Yeah, man. And, you know, shit today, bro, it doesn't really bother me. If you don't like it, fuck you. You know, because I'm going to get and do whatever I want to do.
Right.
And, you know, to me, it's not a disadvantage. It's actually an advantage. I feel like I could stick out in any room. And if it's for my scars, then hey, it is what it is. You're going to smell me too. My cologne's always fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, you want to know something funny? The first time I ever really, really, really figured out that you're tough as shit was playing basketball with you. Because, like, dude, you know how, like, okay, we all have a competitive nature. Maybe not John. But, like, especially basketball.
Right.
Let's go basketball. You don't have that much of a competitive edge when it comes to basketball. I'm competitive, right? You're competitive. But, like, you know when you match up with someone that has just as much competitive, even though we play completely different styles of basketball, but like you could see the level of competitiveness is at the same level. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first time I think I went to the basket on him, and it was like hitting a wall.
Set your ass on the floor,
bro. Yeah. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, I ain't no punk bitch. I went right back. Yeah, and I'll keep going at it, even though it fucking hurts.
He did,
but dude. It's like, you know, it's almost like when, like, in our reference would be like Abdul. Like Abdul is one of those dudes where, like, he has like that weird strength. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not in shape like you or whatever, but like he's just got this strength in him that's just like, I'm not gonna fuck with this dude. Like, you know. But when I played basketball with and you notice a lot of stuff in the basketball. That's why I feel like sports make good friendships.
No, they
do,
yeah, definitely.
Like even if at first, you know, you compete, fuck you, and at the end of the day, like we end up being boys, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the competitiveness, like you match, like we all understand that, you know, his I understand his competitiveness, you know, he probably understands mine. Same thing with Ralphie or Martin or whoever else I play with, Mike Morales or whoever, you know, Andy, whoever. Like we all have this competitiveness to us, and I think it's like with Eastside, it's like such a respect, you know. And you know, I don't know. You're a big basketball player.
You agree. I agree with you, man. It's like within the city, it's a respect because like we all played. You know, not all of us, but like we played high school basketball. Maybe some of us went on to play in college. But I think in high school we were all playing ball and trying to get popular and just be the best player we could be. And bro, it's just I'll admit, like when we were playing in like park districts and playing different leagues. And I saw you were playing, like, I was like, man, let me check this game out real quick. Like, this my, you know, he went to school with my brother, let me check him out. I'd be like, man, that's a fucking good move. Let me try that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I seen you one day, man, as soon as I walked into the gym, you glassed somebody's shit. I was like, whoa, okay, my girl in the building.
I used to glass people's shit. I can't do that no more.
It came off the bag.
Oh, he ain't gonna believe it. I actually blocked.
Can't even get him to jump anymore.
I'm fucking old, bro. What you want me to tell you?
No, he was athletic as fuck, man. I used to be like, yo,
I'm telling you, John. I know you don't believe me.
Very athletic, dunking the ball and everything, bro. It's a phenomenal ball player right here, bro. I like this game a lot.
Dude, there's just things about like certain players that mesh. Like I think I liked playing with you because you stayed in your lane in a sense. Like, you never went.
I know
you
my
never
role.
Did, you never did what you weren't supposed to do, or something that you couldn't do, or you weren't efficient at. You stuck to what you were good at, and that's the players I like to play with. Like, I like playing with John. John doesn't give me much on the court, but I know what he's going to give me. He's going to give me a couple. Like, okay, I'm a driver. I attack, right, and I'm a somewhat of a decent passer. So like, I know John, since he's not so aggressive in basketball, right, I know the defense is going to slack off on him, right? So then they're going to try to double on me if I drive to the basket. So then what happens? Now he's open somewhere. So when I drive to the basket, I'm already looking for, because I know he's there. And guess what else I know? I know he's going to make this shot for me because this man has a torch. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a lie, John. Come on, John. I'm trying to give you some credit here, bro. Come on, bro. I'm trying to make you look good.
Semi-torch.
You got a fucking torch. Or you had a torch. I mean, you haven't played in a while, but.
Well, when you play once a year, it kind of goes
you get
away.
hurt 5 minutes into a game.
Yeah.
Comes with age.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this. I am low-key competitive because I'm saying, fuck you, Michael. Why'd you miss that shot? Like, why didn't you jump? But I'm saying it in my head. I'm not.
No, you have told me. You told me that after we're done. You said, how come you don't jump? You just have to block them. I'm old, bro. I'm tired now. I mean, it's hard. Like yesterday, here's the funny part. So I went to go play basketball yesterday, and the last couple weeks I've been struggling. Like I had no energy, whatever. So yesterday I woke up kind of late, and I ran out the house, and I'm like, you know what? I'm still kind of sleepy. I'm gonna stop at the gas station, get a Gatorade. And I bought a 5-hour energy shot. Bro, I had so much fucking energy yesterday.
Those things work.
And it felt great. Here's the problem though. So I haven't taken one of those in so long. It kept me up. Like I kept waking up last night, like 3 or 4 times a night, which is probably not good. Yeah. But bro, did I feel like a new man yesterday when I was playing?
Like $1 million bucks.
Boy, huh? I was like, let's go, next game. Next game. I haven't felt like that in a long time. I'm like, it sucks that you have to do it artificially, right? But I mean, how many miles do you think we have? You know? I got a shit ton of miles. I've been playing park leagues damn near since I was 18 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah.
And we weren't just running one league. Me and Danny were talking about this yesterday. Our team used to run on one Sunday. We used to run like 3 different park leagues. And we would travel. We would have to travel. We would have a game like at 9, finish that game, run out of that gym to another game at 1. To get out of that gym, to cross all the way to the other side of the city to play at 1.
2 sweaty motherfuckers.
Bro, man, the sweat stains on the seats were fucking look like
you would get up
dry salt.
And it'll be wet.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Basketball's so fun sometimes.
I love basketball, bro. I don't know, man. It's just it's a lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I hate it though. Yeah. Basketball be pissing me off sometimes because there's times you struggle.
You know what I hate about basketball? Playing with weak ball players, bro. Like, bro, you don't know the fundamentals. I can't play with you, bro. But use the glass.
But that's rare. John, use the glass. You use too much glass.
3-pointers. Yeah, who uses glass shooting 3-pointers?
But that's there's few and far between that really understand how to play. And that comes with experience. You play with younger kids. They don't know what they're doing. They just want to score or whatever. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you got to adjust. And I think that's one of the things I was good at. I could fit on most teams. You know what I'm saying? I if you don't need me to score, I don't care. That don't bother me. If you need me to score, I can score. Maybe not now, but when I was young, I could rebound here and there. I could get 1 or 2 blocks a season. Or whatever. Because John says I don't play D. I don't play D anymore.
You remind me of when a long time ago when Eddie Curry was on the Bulls and they asked Scott Skiles, "Oh, what can Eddie do to be a better rebounder?" And he goes, "Jump."
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Jump.
You know what? I play. If you want to say I get 1 block a season, then I should be I should be a Hall of Fame defender just like LeBron James, because LeBron James makes 1 rundown block and all of a sudden he's defensive player of the fucking year.
And that's his signature move. It's so trashy. It's from behind, and it's usually on a guy who's like 6'1", 6'2".
I mean,
you know what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Please don't defend that man.
I'm not gonna. I would never defend him. My thing is when it comes to his chase down blocks, like yes, they're good plays. But bro, like
they're expected though.
I think Scottie Pippen stealing the ball from people is more impressive than fucking LeBron blocking somebody. That takes more skill. Of course he's going to block somebody. He jumps higher than 90% of the league.
Yeah. And he's taller than fucking all these point guards trying to lay the ball.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, come on.
Now, if you say John Stockton's a great defender, that's impressive because he's like 6'2".
Yeah.
Stealing the ball from whoever's in front of him. That's impressive.
League leader, right?
I mean,
he's got the most steals in NBA history.
Does he still?
Yeah. Nobody's going to beat those records.
I thought he had assists.
His assists and steals. Nobody's going to beat
assists
that, right?
and steals?
Yeah, and by far, by like hundreds.
Really? God damn. I don't know. I chase down blocks. I hate chase down blocks. Everybody's got one. I mean, Michael Jordan, remember when he blocked Ron Mercer?
Yeah.
That should be one of the greatest blocks and two hands off the glass.
At 40 years old.
Then that should be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Jordan has so many that's just and that was in the Wizards, so that kind of
that's just a little later in his career. He wasn't the face of the NBA, so like now that LeBron does it, they're overhyping that shit. They're on his dick.
Even though he did show off in his last All-Star game, he did play pretty good in crucial moments. He hit a jump shot on Sean Marion to like tie it up to go into overtime after right at the end of regulation. That was nasty fadeaway, bro. And you know Sean Marion was pretty athletic back then.
Oh yeah, and he's tall too. He's like 6'9".
Yeah, and then fucking Ben Wallace had to foul him on the other side, and
and then I think that was the year Kobe. I think Kobe got MVP that year. Kobe got MVP that year because I think he went off for like 10 points in overtime or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate talking about LeBron, but it's just LeBron is so good of a basketball player. He's so good, right? He's a rare specimen, right? I just don't like this whole like him and Jordan. I'm sorry, they're not even in the same ballpark, like at all. You know, like Kobe Bryant is in the ballpark. Kobe Bryant is in the ballpark with Michael Jordan. He's in the ballpark. He may be Jordan's in home play, and you know Kobe might be at the marker of 399 in the outfield, but he's in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I love Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was my guy.
That you do.
I cried. I shed a tear when he died.
I cried.
Did you?
I cried for 3 days,
I did.
Bro.
I did. Hell yeah, I did.
Hard, bro.
I was in the league that day. I was playing at Manor Park when we were at halftime, and Danny had his watch on, and I think he got a message or whatever, and it said that Kobe Bryant that he right. We were about to start the second half. He goes, "Hey, Kobe Bryant died." I'm like, "Nah, bro, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me." He's like, "I think he really died."
It was so random.
Whatever. Like I didn't believe him.
Random as hell, bro.
It was like what, a Sunday afternoon or something?
Yeah, it was like Sunday. It was like a Sunday morning-ish going into like noon. And he's like, "No, I think he died." Whatever. I'm like, "Yeah." When I get off, when we finish playing, I check my phone. I got like 3 missed calls from like, I got one from you. Yeah, I got like 2 from my dad. And my dad had left me a voicemail. He's like, "Oh, is it true that Kobe Bryant died?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I go and I look, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is legit." And on my whole ride home, I'm stunned. Right? Like I'm stunned because I'm like, fuck, it's Kobe Bryant. Like he's like again,
you felt that shit, bro. Like, man, I know
sad. You didn't feel it.
I felt it. I didn't even like the guy. I'll be honest.
Like I felt it, bro, because I defended Kobe Bryant, like against you guys or whatever, because you guys were all Sacramento fans and whatever. Everybody hated Kobe Bryant. I'm like, no, I defended Kobe Bryant like Kobe Bryant was my older brother. Like, fuck you, Kobe Bryant's the best fucking player to ever fucking play.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's a dick. I know he's a fucking dick, but that's what makes him great is that he's a fucking dick.
That drive.
You know? And it was so great. His story was so epic, right? He was a dick 90% of his career until his last season. And then we started to see who Kobe Bryant was. You know, he started saying things that he would never say. You know, he started talking about what players would give him trouble defensively. You know, he would have never said that when he was playing. You know, you saw a human side to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was so, I'm going to fucking win. I'm going to be the greatest player of all time. And then to see him kind of like relax in his last season, he just took it as a ride.
Yeah.
And then to go out with 60 fucking points. Bro.
That was a beautiful game,
come on, man. I know he took a shit ton of shots that day, but still, 60 fucking points.
You know, that was his farewell tour. And I actually saw him play. You know, the Bulls, they were going to play the Bulls, right? Tickets were way too much. So they played Milwaukee the next game.
You went to Milwaukee?
I went to Milwaukee.
It's cheaper.
Saw them play Giannis and all that. Yeah, it was way cheaper. Way
cheaper. We went to see the Lakers in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Right.
When the Bulls were shit.
When the Bulls were shit. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good game. I think they had Jalen Rose. They had Jalen Rose, Jamal Crawford, and Jason Williams when he was still before he ran into a tree.
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting standing room tickets, right? Which is damn near by Scottie Pippen's retirement flag. And somehow we snuck into the second level, to the 200 level, right? I guess we got there pretty early. So we started finding seats and we sat down. We saw like damn near the whole first half, right?
Yeah.
Saw the whole first half. And then like about halftime, some people come in and then this guy panics. Let's get the fuck out of here. We're going to get kicked out. We're going to get kicked out. I'm like, bro, we can just go find some other seats. But bro, like I think that was the game.
Were we screaming at Doug Christie? Or at least I was.
Doug Christie?
I mean, not Doug Christie.
Like
Rick Fox.
Why?
Because that was the season that Doug Christie
punched
gave him that uppercut.
I don't remember.
I remember that.
I remember that. That was a preseason game.
Wasn't that when Rick Fox came back out with like a chair? Something he went tried like WWF on him or some shit? That was. I remember that game because Jamal Crawford, he fucked up Smush Park. Was it Smush Parker? He fucked up Smush Parker. So he drove. It was like a fast break. He gave him one of these like fake pass things and came back, and Smush just dove basically into Phil Jackson's lap with the fake. And I'm like, oh shit, like that was like the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, and this was when Kobe still had the little fro.
The
Shaq
Bulls won that game.
Yeah, and they did win that game.
And they were hot garbage.
That was an ugly ass.
That game?
Yeah, and it was an ugly ass day that day. It was snowing. It was snowing pretty bad. It was a really ugly day. I think that's probably why they showed up late. But it was crazy to think that the Bulls beat the Lakers. And it was when the Lakers were
hot garbage.
No, but the Lakers were dominating.
Oh, right.
The Bulls were hot garbage at the time.
You know what the funniest thing was? He was driving a beat up Toyota Corolla, like fucking mid 90s or some shit like that. And he had a jersey on, a Bulls jersey. And we get out the car and he's tall, right? Obviously. So I saw kids like kind of like looking at him like, oh, could this be a play? We just got out of a 95 Toyota Corolla. We're not fucking.
It was a 92 Toyota Corolla. Get it right.
And they're looking at him like he's fucking part of the
with
Bulls
spray painted bumpers. The bumpers were rusting out. I had a spray paint.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever, man. Everyone's first car was a piece of shit.
Kids are suckers. It's not about the car. It's that people thought you were like.
I was 6'2", pretty thin and athletic looking. I guess everybody gets that. Anything else you want to talk about real quick for 5 more minutes? Anything you want? Any questions? Anything you want to know? Maybe body tip advice from John. I don't know. John,
you know what? There was something that we were talking about. I was gonna actually ask the question, but it kind of just
vacated your mind.
Yeah.
Did you take any classes? Any acting classes?
I did.
I mean, like
I did
recently. Anything recently?
Oh, that's a good point. How the fuck do I forget this shit? I'd be like, oh yeah, I did do that. So I did acting classes, and they gave me an acting scholarship.
Okay.
So I recently graduated from Roosevelt University.
Okay.
Hospitality, tourism management, and yeah, bro, that little acting scholarship paid for some of my school.
That's cool, man.
So I was like, oh shit, I guess I wasn't that bad, right?
You planning on taking acting classes anywhere else?
You know what? Now that I'm back,
maybe not university.
Here's the question.
Yep.
It came back. I'm independent right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you signed to any agency?
Yes.
What is your point of view on that? And for someone like me and other people out there who are trying to, I guess, get their name out there more, like Facebook has been my platform.
Okay.
To where a lot of my opportunities came out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm going to LA next month.
Okay.
I'm doing a couple of things out there because of Facebook.
Mm-hmm. You're networking on it. You're networking on it.
A network.
Right.
And I just feel like, this is my personal view, like I'm gonna go into an agency and they're just gonna be like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to typecast you right now. You don't fit the fucking typecast.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
It's weird. I don't know. It's just the way I go in there. I don't really know.
So everyone's gonna have their own opinion on this.
Right.
Okay. This is why I mentioned that guy.
Oh yeah.
Because they're really big on independent films, right? And I think he's overshooting because he's saying the independents are going to overthrow Hollywood and all. I'm like, I don't know, but that's a pretty big fucking machine for you to try to knock down. But here's my take. You're handicapped if you're not signed. Okay, automatically. Okay, maybe not automatically. pretty close to being handicapped when it comes to big roles that are part of films and TV shows. Okay, because most film productions are going to go through an agency. They're not going to post anything on Facebook.
Right.
It's not going to how it's going to work. The only thing you're going to see, like let's say the Chicago shows. On Facebook, you see they're looking for extras, they're looking for stand-ins, whatever. But you'll rarely ever see a credited role for any Chicago show posted on social media.
No.
Okay. The only way you're going to get those auditions is if you go through the people that make these auditions, which is Simon Castings, or you have an agent that's looking for it for you.
Right.
Okay. So if your goal is to move up at some point, like you're gonna have to sign with somebody.
Right. Okay.
You're gonna have to look for somebody to represent you.
Right. And that's what I was leaning towards. Like I'm Jordan. I know my friends know me, but like I ain't really shit.
No, but everybody starts like that, bro.
Right.
I was in the same boat. I mean, I really don't consider I don't even like to consider myself an actor right now, even though I'm a professional actor. I've been paid to act, right? I don't like to say it because I feel like I'm not there yet, right? I'm still learning, right?
Right.
But you have to. It's like we're gonna have another guest here. She's an actress. She's gonna be a guest in a few weeks. She was kind of in the same boat like you were. Should I go for an agent? I'm like, go for it, because that's how you're gonna get your bigger roles. I mean, you can live on indies, right? You can make some money on indies.
Okay.
You can. But if money at some point is going to be what you need, indies are not going to give you the same paychecks that Hollywood's going to give you.
Right.
That's just guaranteed.
So for these agencies, did you visit multiple?
Well, now it was easy. Well, now it's easier because you could just submit everything online. So it's a little easier. It's a little more less nerve wracking.
Okay.
So basically, the way I did was I was looking for agencies and I was looking for who was accepting. You can send to whoever you want.
Accepting what?
Accepting demos or whatever.
Okay.
You can always send to them. But if they're looking at the time, you have a better chance. Because if they're not looking, they'll see it, but then we don't need anybody right now.
So what do you so like if you had a multiple, like different choices of agencies, what would be the main thing you look for in an agency?
I look for size. For me. Like I don't want you're so stupid, John.
That's what she said.
Bro.
Sorry.
John, you're so
I'm
stupid.
sorry. I'm sure you do.
You're a freaking I swear.
You know better than
All
to
right.
say shit.
I look for their roster. Better?
Like
roster?
who signed to them?
No, I look at how many people they have on their roster.
Okay.
I thought he was going to say
total
rooster.
number.
Because
Another word for cock.
if you go like let's say BMG. BMG is one of the bigger ones, right?
Okay.
They have a big roster, right? Jesus, John. This is not. Now we're never gonna get it to stop. We're never gonna get it to stop.
Giggles now. We're fucked.
Fucking.
I'm an actor.
I guess you are.
I can do this.
What was they saying? So the size of the roster. So they have too many players on that team, right? Then you start to get lost in there, especially if you don't stand out. Because if you're not booking consistently, you're gonna get lost in the shuffle. My agency is relatively small, and then I also looked at the roster to see how many people look like me, right? Because you don't want to be on a
you can go
team.
through that. You can see.
Yeah, you go on their website. Everybody's on there.
So that's why I said, because the whole typecasting thing.
Oh, you're gonna get typecast.
Don't nobody look like me.
Here's the thing, but you're gonna get typecast.
Yeah.
The faster we're okay with that, the better. Okay, and my agent told me the same thing. She's like, look, you're Hispanic, you got a look of a bad guy. That's probably what you're gonna get. I'm like, does it pay? Yeah, okay, I'm good with it. That's fine. You know, once you become bigger, then you can choose. You have a choice. But I think we have to take what we can get. You know, take most roles, at least audition for anything you can. I've declined a few because I don't agree with some of the language that they say. Like it's kind of, some of it might be a little, edgy or a little too racy for me to say, me personally. That's really the only reason why I would decline something. But you need an agent. At some point you're going to need one. You can manage with indies. You can do stuff. You can have film reels. You can have all that. But remember, a lot of the stuff that we're doing right now, we do it for free. We don't get paid.
Right.
The only payment we get is footage. You know, and that's if it comes out looking good. You know, I've done student films, which I was happy to do, right, for practice for me. But when I get the footage, don't look all that great.
Can't use it.
I really can't use it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're students. I'm sorry.
Stop vaping, man.
Shut up. It's not my vape. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna need one at some point, and then the process goes when they're looking. They'll post somewhere. You got to keep like follow them on Facebook. Like follow Hayes or Ambassador or BMG or The Rock.
If you could send me a couple of agencies, I'll go check them out, man.
Follow them. That way, if they post that they're looking, you can send them. Basically, what they're going to ask for is headshots, right? So you need headshots.
I just did some recently.
You're going to need some. I wouldn't say a demo reel. If you have footage that you can use, use it, or just have like a monologue that you've done. Or something. It doesn't have to be a monologue. And I don't think it should be a monologue because nobody does monologues in movies. Yeah. Who does a fucking monologue? Nobody does that shit.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, nobody's gonna do that. So like do a scene that you like, you know, something that's not super popular. You know, like don't go do that scene from over there from The Dark Knight and the interrogation. Don't do that because everybody knows what that is. Like do something that nobody expects, you know? And just do that and have that and send it to them. And then hopefully, you know, they have room for you.
We're gonna score.
We're gonna score. We're gonna score.
We're gonna score. I've been saying that a lot. I've been saying that a lot lately. I'll go up to the girl I'm dating. I'll be like, hey, can I score? And she was like, that's cute. Sure. Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question. But I went about it pretty simple. I just did it. You know, I had my little scene recorded and I sent it over when they were looking and they called me back and then we had a good conversation about what they were looking for and here we are.
No, I appreciate that because you know I talked to some of the guys that you know, and they tell me different things, but
everybody's gonna have their own opinion, right? I mean, it's whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Some people find it more beneficial to stick to indies. That's cool, no problem. So some people really have something against the Hollywood machine, and that's okay. I get it, right? But for me personally, doing indie films is great. I have no problem doing indie films. That's awesome. That's good experience. That's good practice. That's fun. Yeah. You know, there's not as much pressure. But at the end of the day, where do we as actors want to get to? We want to get to California. We want to get to Hollywood. You know?
You would not move to California.
If I had the money, to live in California, why not?
It's super expensive.
Well,
I stood out there 6 months.
That's why I said if I had money.
There's a lot of homeless people out there.
It stinks. Their downtown is terrible.
I get it, but if it's here's the thing.
He says burning.
You have to if you're going to be in Hollywood, if you're going to be in movies,
there's a bunch of like wildfires everywhere.
But that's more that's in different areas of California. If you're going to be an actor,
there's smog.
Right? At some point, you're going to have to be in Hollywood.
I experienced an earthquake last year, a couple years ago.
Earthquakes.
6.9.
That's what you have to do, though, because that's where 90% of the movies come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chicago, as popular as Chicago is, Chicago's not a big movie city. No. It's a TV city, but it's not a big movie city. Atlanta's a bigger TV city. I mean, a movie city than we are.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like they were casting some of the guys I did. Some of the guys I did.
You're not talking like reality TV shows.
No.
And shit.
I'm talking about movies. Like the two people that I had a Zoom class with that were actors that I told you about. Like they got booked for Black Widow. I mean, they had small roles, like something we would do.
Yeah.
But they booked Black Widow. They got sent to London for freaking 10 days. And they only shot for like 3. Can you imagine what the payday is for that?
Expenses paid?
Of course. It's Marvel. Imagine what the payday was for that.
Amazing.
They were the security guards for General Ross. Both of them. I mean, imagine what the payday was for that. And you got to go to London.
Oh.
And it's on, and they were auditioning in Atlanta.
That's nice. Yeah.
You know? So I mean, it all depends on where you're at. But at some point you're going to have to be in California. You're going to have to be because that's where it all comes from.
The appreciation for the arts out there is off the charts.
Yeah, I mean,
out here, I feel like in Chicago, competition, they try to take you out. They don't want to help you, nothing. But when you meet a certain person here in Chicago, if they do like you, you know, they'll help you out.
Yeah, of course.
In Cali, they'll be like, yeah, dude, go down here and yeah, he'll help you out. You know, over here, they'll be like, I don't know. And they know the whole time.
Right. But we're going to wrap it up. We're at an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah.
The time flies when you have fun, right? Anything you want to say?
Man, appreciate it. Follow me on Facebook for those of you viewing this, and yeah,
I will see you on set pretty soon, buddy.
on set for sure.
Definitely, John. I won't see you on set.
I will not see you guys on set.
On this set.
No. Yeah.
You'll come back.
Yeah,
Another
definitely.
episode. Cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
John, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
I feel like you didn't say too much this time.
It's all right. Well, no, I'm listening to his life story. It was awesome.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yours is not so much, but
What up? You know mine. You're part of
yeah.
my lifetime story. Lifetime story.
Lifetime story.
That would be a good series, right? There's a channel called Lifetime, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Last time I checked.
All right. Jesus. All right, so that's going to be our show for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Everything we said is in our opinion, and if you don't agree with it, I got 3 words for you. Thanks for listening.